Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to our fourth RHOC recap. This is Rick and Kelly Unmasked on YouTube.
Yay! We're YouTubers now.
We have some breaking news.
Thank you so much for subscribing.
Yeah, thank you. Tens of thousands of you. And by the way, if you're watching this, subscribe to our channel, please. And you can also follow us on Patreon. Subscribe to our podcast there, patreon.com, Rick and Kelly Unmasked. You posted on Instagram this.
Yes.
And you lost 5,000 followers.
On Instagram. I lost 5,000 followers on Instagram because I said this.
If I had 3 smallpox shots in 9 months and still got smallpox, I'd have some questions.
Okay. Everybody on the NHL is double vaxxed. They all got COVID. Andy Cohen is double vaxxed, got COVID. Everybody from Beverly Hills Housewives with COVID. I had COVID. I got the Johnson & Johnson. I was sicker with the Johnson & Johnson than I did having COVID. I don't want to get the booster again. I mean, isn't it my body, my choice? Isn't that what...
Well, that's the kind of thing that we talk about a lot on our podcast, but also what I think is important is that all of you people who are watching, if you're not following Kelly on Instagram and you like our content, please follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, I lost 5,000.
She went from 790 to 785.
I understand, and it's not political. I just think it's ridiculous. They said it's a vaccine. If you get vaccinated, you're protected, right? I was just asking a question, like, you have to show a vax card in LA, not here in Orange County because we're normal here, but in LA and everywhere else, you have to show a vax card. You could still have COVID. Like, what does a vax card mean? Like, and why are restaurants the vaccination place? I just doesn't understand. Anyway.
We're here to talk about Real Housewives of Orange County and the 4th show.
So I have my outfit.
What are you wearing, Kelly?
I'm channeling fashion victim Heather Dubrow.
You said they are not to be trusted. They are negative. That is what you said to me.
Tell us about your outfit.
Okay, well, because she just likes to wear, labels.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how many labels that I do have, but I wouldn't mix. She had the Fendi jacket with
Fendi skirt.
With the Fendi. No, she had the Fendi scarf.
Yeah.
And then before she had the Fendi dress with the Fendi purse with the Fendi earrings. So she's a label whore. And I like a label, but not like always, okay? So
this is an homage.
So this is an homage. So I have my Fendi scarf, I have my Fendi top with my Fendi bracelet.
You got a lot of Fendi.
I have Fendi pants.
The shoes?
Oh yeah.
Pants and shoes?
Oh yeah, here. And here are my Fendi shoes.
Bam! You're so tall in those things. By the way, stand up for a second.
Oh yeah.
You won't be able to tell.
You won't be able to tell. But I have all my labels on, like Heather Dubrow.
We want to show some key scenes and clips and then get Kelly's reaction to it. But first of all, you came up with 2 new nicknames for Nicole after last night's show.
I did. Nicole James. So if you guys ever remember when we were looking at houses, Julie and I, and they were saying, look at that other house. Look, there's a view. And Julie's like, what? Of what? Another house? Well, that was Victor. That was our realtor. And now Victor was my friend. And Victor is now dating Nicole James, who seems like a heartless biatch to me.
There's a scene with the worst hug on earth in history, and we're going to show you that. But you came up with nicknames for...
I did. And I have to tell you, Nicole James in real life is gorgeous. But for whatever reason, she looks kind of...
The camera isn't kind to her?
Yeah, she's not photogenic. Like Shannon looks good on camera. I think she's photogenic. So she looks good on camera.
Yeah.
So, okay, here is my nicknames.
Okay.
So we have, right here, we have Nicole. Right here, Nicole. See those rosy cheeks? I thought she kind of looked like Annabelle, don't you think? A little bit like Annabelle.
Annabelle?
Yeah, don't you think? You see the resemblance? And then I think Eddie Munster.
That's Heather.
Eddie Munster, everybody. She said that she never had any work done. Look at that nose. She's got that little thing hanging down. Wow. She didn't have that before. She's such a liar.
Wait, you had Annabelle, but also...
Eddie Munster. That's Eddie Munster's mom.
That's Eddie Munster, yeah.
Eddie Munster's mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the early scenes was when Heather called Emily. Watch this.
Hello.
Hey, it's Heather Dubrow. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You know what, I've been wanting to reach out to you, and I, apologize for how crazy the end of the night went. I've never had a dinner party where we didn't make it to the office.
When you call someone, do you say who you know?
Hi, I'm Kelly Dodd Leventhal.
Hi, it's Kelly Dodd Leventhal.
It's Kelly Dodd Leventhal, and Jen spelled Heather Dubrow wrong.
Oh yeah, she spelled it D-E-B-R-O-W instead of D-U.
I thought she was a doctor.
It's spelled Dumbro.
Dumbro.
Without the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. She seems like, Jen, to me, seems like vanilla toast.
Yeah.
Don't you think? She's been trying to get on the show for years and years and years, and she finally got on. So,
Do you
congratulations.
ever use your full name with a friend? I understand calling like a business or,
No.
you wouldn't do that.
Hi, Rick Leventhal. Rick Dodd.
Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Okay, so then there was another scene with Nicole and Noella at Malibu Farms, and Noella was wearing a very revealing top.
Oh yeah, she had nipples. Like she could cut glass with those nipples.
Alright, darling, here's the strong stuff for you.
I don't think that's the answer all the time, but I think today it's all right.
Oh my god, there's tears in my tits.
Don't dry, don't dry. You look cute. Have you reached out to him when you called? Does it go to voicemail?
They were on display.
They were like, "Wing, tune in Tokyo." I totally would have done that. I think. Don't you think Noella's carrying the show? If it wasn't for Noella, what would we have?
Well,
We have kiss ass.
there's a lot of ass kissing going
There's a
on.
lot of ass kissing with that Heather Dubrow.
Yeah.
And-
Wait, let's get back to the
Okay.
scene for a second
Oh, yeah.
because the scene with Nicole and Noella included like the worst hug in history.
Here.
Wait, watch real quick.
Listen. Listen to me.
I need a hug.
I'll come hug you, yes. I didn't know you wanted me to get up. So you gotta scoot over. You're so little. You look perfect and you look cute. And you need a hug.
I need a hug.
Don't push me. Don't push me over though. I don't want to fall down.
Is anyone looking? I mean, give the woman a hug. How hard is that?
I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm uncomfortable right now.
Oh, we upset the dogs. It's okay, doggies. Okay. In the second block, there was a scene with Emily entering the home, and she had back cleavage.
Ass back.
You were double date for like a long time.
We are meeting two people. I guess they're here. Your dress is so cute. Thank you. You're welcome.
Do you think the producers were, because there were a couple scenes where they,
Well, first of all, they're a little mean down there in the production. They talk about her. She says that she's talking about eating and I think Emily is absolutely beautiful. I mean, that girl is gorgeous. I love her body. I love her curves. I think that she looks great. She's got a nice figure. I like her body.
and I like her. She's a nice person.
Yeah, she's a great person. However, they show her trying to zip up, and that girl Jody, by the way, is Jolie's aunt, lives in Arundel Castle, like Little Hampton in England. That's where Michael's from. That's why Jolie has a dual passport. But that's Jody's from there. It just happened. I was friends with Jody before Emily knew her.
Okay, when the belly dancers get here, I feel like maybe they should dance during dinner, so it's kind of like entertainment.
So the only problem is they need to find a place where they can still dance with their heels on the
I don't think
concrete.
belly dancers dance with. They don't wear stilettos. They're not strippers.
Oh, what? Come to the little party.
It's kind of weird. It's a
Okay,
small
but-
world. But
okay.
anyways, I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent.
The back, you think the producers were trying to
Do the ass
mess
back?
with- Yeah.
Well, they were trying to show her zipping it. Jody's zipping up the.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you're being hard on yourself. Wait, is that really how low it goes? Oh, okay. No, it's actually going up really nice. somebody.
And then that looked like, oh my God, you know. And then they show her ass back, her back cleavage.
So they were they
Okay,
fat
if you
shaming
have-
her? Is that what that was?
I don't know if they were fat shaming her. I just thought it, yeah, I guess they were fat shaming her.
Oh, there's a fork. Oh, I can't get it. Jody! Jody!
I'm coming.
There's a fork. I can't.
We all have that. Like if I wear my dress and my fat hangs over, the dress is too tight, okay? So just go up one size and you won't have that.
Emily said something about being friends with Shannon, and you said she never was. That Emily was never friends with Shannon.
Emily was never friends with Shannon. What is she? Emily, none of them are friends. That's the problem they're having with this show. There is no friends in this group.
No real friends.
No real friends. Emily and Gina are friends by osmosis. I mean, I used to be friends with Emily. We used to talk all the time, but now that I have a stink on me, she doesn't want to be associated with me anymore. And I asked her, like, what's going on? We used to talk all the time. So she was a fake friend. She did that for show. Shanna's not friends with anybody. Not one person. And Noella, she doesn't know anybody. She's not friends with anyone as well. And Jen doesn't know anyone. It's like none of them are friends, and that's the problem with this show.
That means a lack of chemistry. potentially.
Yes, lack of chemistry.
If they're not true friends and they're not really meshing, they're just playing like friends for the camera.
Yes, it's fake. And they need to get a cohesive group of real friends. And that's why Shannon isn't saying anything to Heather. Shannon has no business Shannon doesn't have any business apologizing to Heather.
We were just about to get to that. Okay,
go ahead.
This was, I thought, the key scene of episode 4 was Shannon's apology. I just want to show the apology, and then we'll talk about it.
First of all, I'd like to say I didn't reach out to you immediately because you didn't want to accept my apology. You said that to me that night, but my friendship with you means something to me, and I care about you and Terry. And I'm the dumb that didn't think. And in the interim, I hurt my friend, and I never wanted to do that. And I'm so sorry. And I hope that you can accept my apology and over time forgive me. What I did was wrong, and it's not me. I don't hurt people. I certainly don't. I'm not a gossip, and I've hurt you. And I want to do whatever I can to make it up to you. I feel horrible.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say Heather had a resting bitch face there, but she kind of had you know what a resting bitch face is?
Yeah. It's those lips I can't stand.
Yeah? How do they look?
It's like, I can't. Like,
That's really good. That's a really good... So, first of all, why is Shannon apologizing?
because she's afraid of her.
Because she's afraid.
She's afraid, and she doesn't want to. Poor Shannon, she needs this job so bad. She doesn't want to cause any problems. She doesn't have her real friends to back her up. So she has to kiss her ass in order for her to move forward. Is this gonna be Heather's storyline?
My impression...
Because it's bullshit. What are you're gonna get mad at somebody for telling the truth? Really?
My impression was that Shannon wasn't the one who Heather should be mad at. She should have been mad at...
Gina.
And Nicole for suing her husband in the first place, if she's going to be mad about that.
Right.
But why? So she has a long-standing grudge against Shannon, right? Heather
Yes,
does?
yes, but it's ridiculous, and you can just see the evil. And by the way, did you? What do we have next? Because I want to talk about how she wanted to get Noella drunk, which she tried to do to me. She's a little evil little girl here. That Heather Dubrow. She goes, oh, I'm gonna give her a and what do you call it, champs? You sound like a freaking idiot, okay? Anybody from Napa, which I used to live up in the Bay Area, up in San Francisco for 10 years. I used to go, all my friends own wineries. You don't call it champs. You sound ridiculous.
Okay, I want to get back to the
It just
apology
makes
for a
me
second.
so mad.
A lot of people have said that they wish that you were on the show this year and I know you're glad you weren't, but they say they wish you were on the show this year because you at least would have challenged Heather. Would you have apologized to Heather under those circumstances?
Absolutely not. Why would I? She did nothing wrong. Why is she apologizing to her?
What would you have said to Heather?
I would have said, you know what? We live in a small town in Orange County. Everybody knows everybody else's business here. We do. Newport Beach is very, very small. We all know each other. We all know people's business. When you are with friends, which she was with Gina and Emily, when you hear about somebody, you talk about them. You're like, oh, well, I know that girl, and this is what, you talk about their business.
And that's also what the show's about, right? They encourage that.
Well, yes, of course. And you don't think the producers knew? They knew that she sued Terry Dubrow. Come on. I
would have loved to have seen your take on that, what you would have said to Heather, as opposed to what Shannon did, which was apologize, which I thought was unnecessary. And kind of, it was sad to watch that. I don't like seeing Shannon apologize for something she shouldn't have.
That was completely, they're scared. They're scared for their jobs. They're scared they're not authentic. It's inauthentic. And you know what? I guess you have to be, because if you are real, you get fired and you get canceled. And that's the sad part. Everybody wants real and authentic, but once you start to be real and authentic, you get canceled. So then you get the fake shit. So there you go.
You noticed in the confessional, Emily was wearing...
I wore that same outfit Emily is wearing in her confessional last year in my confessional.
And I didn't always know what was going to happen, but I knew it was my choice. And for her, she didn't have a choice. He left.
Is that a no-no?
That's a no-no. Who rocked it better, me or Emily?
We should do a side-by-side.
Yeah, but why didn't someone tell her I wore that last year in my confessional?
Okay, so the apology ended with a Heather threat. Watch this.
I have heard from everyone. I feel like I have a good understanding of the facts. And nothing that you say with the details is going to change my mind. Is it great? Just let me finish. And I think you had a huge lapse in judgment. And I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but this is how I feel. If you ever come after me or my family ever again, you are going to lose a lot more than just my friendship. This will cost a lot. And I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm saying it as a promise.
I know that wasn't a surprise to you that she would threaten Shannon that way, because she's threatened us more than once.
Twice.
With letters.
With letters.
Yeah. That's her go-to. She threatens to sue you if she doesn't like what you said.
Right, and that's what she was doing.
It sounded like it.
What if she don't come for me and my family. This is not a threat, it's a promise. What are we watching, Mafia Wives? Are we watching Mafia Wives? Like, is that what we're watching now?
Do you think Shannon's scared?
I would have been like, I would have gotten a thing and I would have thrown it at her and said, go shove that, your lawsuits up your ass. That's what I would have said. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
like what? I don't understand why they're so scared. It just drives me insane. I can't.
So that was the big cliffhanger, that apology, and then the threat at the end.
See, the problem is, Shannon had Tamara and Vicky as close friends, and she would go off, right? She would go off on me. She would go off on everybody. Now she doesn't have anybody to back her, so now she has to kiss ass. That's really, really, really sad.
If you were there, you would have had Shannon's back.
And then Shannon would have been able to react appropriately, and that would have told Heather off. But now that she doesn't have any real friends on the show, she can't say, she doesn't have anybody to have her back, and everyone's kissing Heather's butt. She wants to continue to film. It's not, there's no chemistry there. It's not a cohesive group.
What about overall? You do find the show entertaining or no?
I did. It's just, I find Heather Dubrow insufferable. I think that she's the one that is ruining the show. I really do. And I think Emily and Gina are just kiss asses, and it's annoying. And I just don't get it. And
Yeah.
Jen is milquetoast. She's bland to me. She's like, even her voice is very monotone. She's very even keeled. Not really good recipe for a housewife. You know, you have to have like strong emotions.
Yeah.
Noella, great addition. She's the only one that's interesting to me.
She's bringing the heat.
She's bringing
and the drama.
Yeah.
I mean, she's obviously having personal problems. We're watching that play out. With the
But I think, you know, what's going to be very interesting is that you're going to see Heather Dubrow. You're going to see Heather Dubrow being very, very mean to Noella. Very mean. You're going to see it coming up. So, you know, you get to see the real Heather and how she really is. And I'm glad now it's coming out.
Yeah. No love lost here, obviously, between us and you and her. She has not been nice.
No.
And she acts like she owns that show. The other thing that you mentioned was how strange it is that they were so focused on being woke last season, and then they replaced the most woke person with someone who is not woke at all. I mean, doesn't appear to be. I mean, maybe she is.
What happened to the cancel culture, the woke people out there that are so, what about her house?
She's
that allegedly doesn't have solar panels and, you know, is doing a lot of waste. Where's the woke saying that she shouldn't be having a house that big? Where are those people?
I don't know.
Hypocrites.
Don't forget, follow us on patreon.com, Rick and Kelly Unmasked.
What did you think of this season?
It's hard for me to watch because I felt that you were dismissed for the wrong reasons. You were the light and the spark and the best thing about it, and I'm maybe a little biased, but you're funny and you're sexy and you're really smart.
None of those girls are funny. Not one.
You
Not one. There's no laughter. There's no jokes. I mean, at least Tamara was funny and Vicky. I mean,
right.
None of these girls are. It's just there's no fun to the group anymore.
So it's hard for me to watch for that reason because I feel like you should have been on the show, but also it's hard for me to watch because of Heather. Like she's just so unlikable.
Yes.
That it's really tough to stomach the things that she's doing and saying, and the way that other women are kissing her ass is like, it's sad. It's just not a fun show for me for those reasons.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's going to be. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I'm excited to see how. If everyone hates Heather Dubrow now, just keep watching.
And for those of you wondering why we're even doing this, it's because it was a big part of Kelly's life for the last 5 years. I mean, she was on the show for 5 years. These are her friends and colleagues, former colleagues, and
I know every single one of them personally.
The crew members, and it's
and it's fun for me.
And everyone seems to want to know what you think of it. So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep sharing our thoughts, and we hope that you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel and you'll get all of our updates. And then we'll see you on Patreon, and
Thank you guys
and
for tuning in. We appreciate it. And if you get anybody to want to follow me back, because I lost 5,000 followers, please follow me.
Yeah, get your friends to follow her too, because she's hilarious on Instagram. And,
I won't post any political stuff anymore, I promise. And I didn't think it was political, but I just didn't want, I wanted natural immunity. I'd rather get COVID again than get that shot.
Yeah.
Hurt my freaking arm for like 2 weeks,
and
I was sicker on that shot.
Yeah,
I don't want to get a booster. Sorry.
Okay. Well, listen, on that note, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.